Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. We're back on the map Canis River today. Very much a classic in the 1v1 scene. Lots and lots of 1v1s have taken place on this map. And we're back again with Raider. Will he be able to pull off another victory against the legend that is Mr. Ubivator? Playing over here today in blue as Armada. Now, Ubivator has chosen a more defensive position, but before we talk about any of that, I have to ask why 67% of you aren't subscribed. What are you doing? You click on this video, you clearly like bar videos, then you should hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, you might miss some awesome videos. With that YouTube stuff out the way, then we look at what Ubivator's doing. As you can see here, he's starting off with a bot lab. Both players choosing to start bot lab. Now we do have Cortex versus Armada, so that is nice to see a opposing faction matchup. And as we were talking about different start positions here, Raider here's start position enables him to get to 6 extra metal points pretty quickly here with equal distance between them, and it should in theory make this area at the back safer because he's producing units from here instead of producing units in Ubivator's situation from here, meaning he should be able to cut off units coming from this direction or this direction quicker because the units are already further forward. Now that's, you know, in an ideal world situation. This is never going to go in an ideal world, of course. And that is exactly why Ubivator chose the more defensive rear position, which we'll go over shortly. We just want to see if this tick is actually able to get anything, which it doesn't seem like it is. Yeah, the more secured rear position here of Ubivator, we'll see quite often people will build metal extractor, LLT, sometimes even build a wall here, just to completely stop any pathing this way. That completely makes this area entirely safe, and having units coming out from here does mean that you should, in theory, be able to react quicker. Now, if Raider does have to contest down here and units somehow manage to get around like this, if he doesn't spot it till they're here, in theory, they've got almost as equal distance to go from his factory as they have to get to these points down here. So surprisingly, you'll actually see most of the time people either go where Ubivator is or start here, because then if, you know, that action is spotted up there, it's equal distance almost to get and defend these rear positions. But no, Raider, wanting to be closer to the geo point, clearly has plans to use that geo point efficiently, and so decides that he wants to go closer to the geo. This should also give Raider a better position to contest this section here, which we're already seeing him with units there. And technically, he's also closer to this land bridge up the top. But we'll see if he's able to make effective use of it. Now, so far, Metal is looking very split down the middle. No player with an advantage as of yet. Now, when we look at expanding constructors, we do see here Raider with 2 expanding constructors to the rear and about to be 2 towards the geo with his commander sitting in base, whereas Mr. Ubi here has 3 expanding constructors, so less constructors in total. Now, there is a bit of a fight going on up there, but this is probably of more interest. Does he want to dive the LLT? No, he does not. And plan to just secure both land bridges. Raider successfully holding a decent way up the map. Now, this attack here will not be able to gain anything, but does gain some intel, and that's what he kind of wants. He sees an LLT here, an LLT here. That pretty much gives him the idea now that if that's the case, his base is going to be here. Because if you're starting here, you're not going to build an LLT here. And if you've started here, you are not going to be able to get to here to build an LLT. Unless you've walked your commander, but you wouldn't walk your commander that way. That would be a silly direction to move your commander. And now also with scouting this position here, he already knows now that, you know, his commander hasn't started there. So getting the final bit of information here to completely confirm his idea. And as he sees those metal points there and just a bot, he knows that that is not the base start. So Raider has the information he needs. He has good knowledge as to where the enemy base is. Ubivator, however, has already seen the base, so he knows the start position of Raider already. Now, Ubivator doesn't know quite how many pawns are here. That is some great trade. Damn. That was some very good micro around there. Those pawns took out a lot of grunts. So what, he lost 4 pawns for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grunts? Tremendous value. Tremendous value. We see Raider is struggling a little bit here with ticks getting by. They are proving to be a little bit problematic for him. And he will get that metal extractor, which will just delay Raider a little bit more. And this is just, again, like I said, due to how far it is for him to go. Bots are slow, remember. The cons for bots are slow. They're not going to get anywhere quick. And with both players being bots, the cons are going to take a while to expand. Now, the expansion plan of Raider has started to pay off as we see metal bonus already starting to pile up with 10 metal a second difference. Ubivator has had to use his commander here as a way of extending. Expanding is the correct word there. But lots of LLTs going down. I think Raider quite intending to dive on that LLT. Now we see Ubivator getting out the first Centurion. Now with Centurions on the map, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for these grunts to find value, and Raider will have to switch out from grunts sooner rather than later here in order to get value from them. But at the moment, he's actually transitioned fully over to vehicles. With the amount of metal that he's got, he may as well transition over to vehicles. And the power of the Cortex Pounder is on his side. We'll see if the Allfather will provide him with the power of the Pounder to push through. Little lore drop reminder for you guys there. Now, Raider has actually gotten the bottom side of here with metal points going down and a lot of LLTs planned. And Size is doing a good job at keeping stuff at bay, and other than this leak at the top here, Raider's been doing pretty well so far to gain quite a lot of territory. Now, he will not be able to get these guys to escape in time. And there are no defensive forces that will be able to save the day. So, oh, and unfortunately, because he's eaten his bot lab, he has no way of rezzing. Oh, one actually does save just because Ubivator's attention is elsewhere. There is a lot of units up here that can be rezzed though. A whole like 400 metals worth, which Ubi is rezzing as we speak. Neither player with the Geo up just yet. Raider does have it in his queue, which will happen shortly. Centurion being airdropped here. Seeing players doing a lot more air transporting. It's all about if you can keep the micro up though, and make it so that the Centurion doesn't get killed. We can see Ubivator actively picking up the Centurion as it was about to get flanked here in an attempt to not have it die. It is a very big investment and he wants to keep that thing alive. So if it looks like it was going to start dying, he'd probably pick it up and extract it. The second one on its way to the front. I am liking this. I'm liking seeing these air transports being used for a change. It's been such a while since they've been useful, and now we're seeing more players actually actively using them. It's great to see. Air now also coming out from Raider. That gunship is going to get smoked very quickly. Unable to get any value whatsoever. Ubivator's calm cloaked. Gets a couple of units with those D guns, but not the be-all and end-all, really. This attack, though, however, will be a bit of a problem. Centurions marching off the production line, but they won't be able to get there quite in time before damage is inflicted. As Raider just mows through the base here. Tremendous energy damage. That are A solars up, though. So there's a lot of A solars up. So we can see here, Ubivator is actually, even after that attack, is actually still in the positive when it comes to energy production, as we have Ubivator selected right now, all due to the 480 metal, energy being produced alone with those advanced solars. There are obviously wins elsewhere which help with that. And don't get me wrong, kind of a big set of damage, and he's going to have to hold off. Oh, I was about to say have to maybe hold off on building the Geo, but no, he's just going in for it. Raider being really, really ballsy here with 2 twin guards going up. You see how quickly those twin guards die. Just too many enemy units here. The reinforcements did not arrive in time. Oh, and now we actually see brutes coming out from Raider. Ubivator did hit an energy flat line there for a brief moment, but that is due to spamming out advanced solars here. Advanced solars obviously cost a lot of energy to build. Now, air superiority has gone to Raider here, and Raider has just transported a con turret here. Just to be like, yep, just heal up everything in the area and then eat everything. So 1.7k of metal will be going to Raider's bank as it noms its way. Yes, it was healing up everything. And this is looking very, very strong position for Raider here. Ubivator's not quite sure where to defend. So this army at the bottom here, at the top here, is kind of keeping Ubivator's calm, and these units were, positioned on this top left side. And now they've had to position more in the center because he doesn't think he's got quite enough here to defend against this. And there we go. We see Raider actually trying to make a move here. These units will take a little bit of a while to get down there. No pounders out at all from Raider. It's all about making opportunities, and that's what Raider's done. Killing the LLTs here. He's taken out a couple of metal extractors. He's also bopped the radar. There is a radar obviously a bit further back here, but there is now a blind sight down the bottom. Oh, and the pounder finally made its way to the front. But just doing a very good job here at denying metal extractors. The Tech 2, though, has been built, and we see an EMP bot go off. Some very, very good tumbleweed explosions here, and that massively turns the tide, and it's going to force Raider to have to retreat here. Almost retreating, though, directly into Ubivator's commander as they're trying to dodge these tumbleweeds. I think there's just a pure quantity of units here for Ubivator will be enough to keep him away. But Raider is aware. Tech 2 now from Ubivator is up and running, and with that, Raider has transitioned himself over to Tech 2. Ubivator's well, basically play was, he needs to do something here. So he has decided Tech 2 will be his way out of this mess. He doesn't have air superiority. Otherwise, he maybe could have considered a bombing run to try and save the day. But unfortunately, he doesn't have that air strength. He can't afford to spend money on it either. As Raider desperately rushes down that Geo, takes all of his incisors with him and some wins. These Centurions are looking a little bit worse for wear. Tumbleweeds trying to come in to save the day. Oh, one tumbleweed gets intercepted. But they just keep coming and they don't stop coming. It's a bit hard to deal with these at the moment. He's got, EMP bots that have actually been detected due to Ubivator's sheer lack of energy. He's desperately trying to get more ace solars up, but obviously building ace solars requires energy to begin with. And surprisingly, we're seeing a unit being built by him, which you barely ever see. And that is the Gunslinger. Great versus Tech 1. And also with its own self-repair, as long as you can kind of keep it alive. 2 Gunslingers out to try and hold this bottom line. Now, they're not bad. They have quite a significant amount of impulse on. But we'll see. Welders unfortunately walk the wrong way here. Get absolutely slaughtered. But with Raider with his own Tech 2 and now starting to push out Tigers, Gunslingers are kind of going to be irrelevant pretty quickly here. If his opponent was staying on Tech 1, then this would have been definitely the right move to go for, but what does he do? What can he do? He doesn't really have the metal right now, and you can actually see he's even gone Webbers. He's just building every unit out of the factory. Now, if you haven't seen Webbers before, they EMP, but also they can reclaim stuff. They actually have their own build power here, so they can repair and reclaim stuff. So they're not bad little units. If you haven't got the metal spare to build, a bot lab to get res bots up, and more to the point, you don't actually want to res stuff. I can't remember who it was now, but there was someone who literally just went Webbers and then sniper bots. It didn't work out for them, but do with that as you will. Where did those Tigers go? Oh, they've all gone to the top. Okay. Oh, great EMP. EMPs all of the units here and the defenses. Well, at least the defenses that are there so far. But there are plenty of twin guards, and although Ubivator wants to clear this out, he's actually investing in quite a lot of gunslingers. What is this Igada saying? That is for EMP bots. Radar struggling there. But these Platties have made it substantially far, to be honest with you. But with Tigers already out and about, they get mopped up really quickly when they do take out 2 Tech 1 metal extractors. But there's probably enough stuff here that they will get killed pretty quickly. Metal extractor will kill that one. Might not kill the single Platty on its own there, but Tigers are right behind it, so should do it pretty quickly. Actually deals with it with relative ease. Yeah. But finally, Ubivator does clear up this bottom side. It's taken him quite a long time, and 2.8k of metal is now sat there waiting to be eaten up by Ubivator. Will that be enough for him to get back in the game, though? Who knows at this point? Raider is a decent way ahead on metal a second. Metal produced overall, we're talking about almost 20k difference between the two players. And the EMP goes off here on the front. Ubivator's commander is cloaked. What a great D-gun. D-gunning 4 Tigers in a single D-gun. Ubivator then getting a final Tiger with an extra D-gun there, limiting this force now at the top. The Raider has been building up for such a long time, completely destroying it. And that is a tremendous combination of EMP bot and Ubivator's comm there. Exactly what it needs to do. Now, a lot of fight taking place over this reclaim field here. There is still a construction vehicle there getting that reclaim. Ubivator was not able to successfully claim it. Now, he is pumping out a whole mixture of different units. He's got EMP bots, he's got Webbers, he's got Hounds, he's got Platties, he's built sniper bots and gunslingers. Almost the full combination of what Tech 2 Armada has available. And that one sniper bot just skirting on the edge here is gotten 2 Tigers so far and about to get a 3rd. Bear in mind though, when the sniper kills it, there's no Rex left, so it doesn't get reclaim. But 2 Tech 2 metal extractors down. And meanwhile, most of this reclaim has still been going to Raider. So proving difficult for UB here. What can he do different? I mean, if he does end up being able to afford to mass some sharpshooters, that will work quite well. We haven't seen him build a Fat Boy yet. He's a bit short on the metal. It will take him probably too long to build it. EMP bots are proving pretty well with a combination here of Webbers to come in after the fact to just EMP the stuff that's a bit more resistant. Meanwhile, everything else going a bit slow. Azar coming... Oh, interesting. Raider was about to build Azar, but has decided to actually reclaim his Tech 2 factory here. But at the same time, Platties have made their way across the water again. And right now, Raider has no units available to deal with this. His units are already across the water. He's going to have to pull these guys defending the north back, which will open up these Hounds to be able to make a move. He's tried to push out shurikens, but Platties have AA, of course, and they just shoot them down straight away before they even are able to do anything. Now, there are plenty of LLTs dotted around here, but they are single LLTs, so although they're able to do some damage, they will still get through. And I don't know if is he going to send a single Shiva back here. It does look like it. Banisher does get caught out on the front here. The gunslingers will take that out pretty quickly. The question is how much damage can these guys, these Platties, get? They take out 1 Tech 2 metal extractor. But now with Tech 3 on the field, UB needs to pull something out the bag here in order to be able to kind of make a bit of a comeback. And the Tech 2 metal extractors just have so much health that 2 platypuses are not enough. Now, Interestingly enough, from Ubivator, all we see is Webbers, gunslingers. There's some snipers a lot further back. He's going to need something a lot more than that in order to take on the Shivas that are going to start marching their way. Now, don't get me wrong, these stealthy ghosts, spy bots, may prove somewhat of a challenge here. But I don't know if he's necessarily got the firepower behind it in order to really make the most use of it. Fighters come over the force here in an attempt to block any use of shurikens. EMP bot does not manage to go off in time. Second one is marching its way forward, but the Shivas are making short work. And EMP bots weren't even being microed correctly there either. Shivas march straight through. Now, the one big difference here is Ubivator has gone tech to air. Now, if he can win air superiority here with a mixture of platies to kill the fighters and then use the gunships, he may be able to blunt this attack. But we'll see, I guess. Meanwhile, at the top, Tiger's just taking attrition damage from the Hounds, not really being able to do much. These guys are just set on F move. They're not even actually being microed. Ubivator, though, being forced to be even further behind when it comes to metal produced here. Now looking at almost 30k between the two players. And even more Shivas. See another 5 marching their way along the river with the others set in that kind of high ground area. Very, very close to Ubivator's base. No spam from Raider though. Which, considering how much Ubivator has used EMP bots here, I would figure he would be on it with the spam. Lightning bombers come out. If you haven't seen these are an Armada-only aircraft. And here come the sniper bots with EMPs and gunships. You can see how quick with the sniper bots and these gunships they are able to deal with these Shivas. Shivas need to be making an impact. Realistically, you should have probably moved these Shivas this way, because just marching them into the path of where units are going to intercept this force. But maybe his plan was to keep them away from here. Fighters have taken way too long to arrive. There's only 4 platies. Just go around them. Just sacrificing the Shivas here. He wants to get this. Fighters and gunships now over it, aiming for the AGO. They will get that AGO in time, I think. There we go. Yeah, he does fear the platypuses. Not really stretching him as wide as he could be right now. Just sending more forces up to where all of his Shivas are currently already getting killed, rather than sending some more like a different direction here, trying to spread Ubivator, instead just trying to blunt force it. Also, with no spam here, he's not going to be able to see these EMP bots or take the shots of the snipers. Really, really could do with like a Tech 1 vehicle lab here, just pumping out scouts. Oh, but the sniper bots do get caught out, losing half of them. But that is a great EMP. EMPs all of the Shivas, but you can see that because they're tech free, they don't last EMP'd very long at all. And finally, Raider comes in, trying to get those gunships there. Raider being a bit hesitant with his air force here. I don't think he wants to lose air superiority, although he kind of has at this point, just due to how long these gunships have been alive for. Demon does have its own AA, but you can see its spin. It's not great. Only killed one after it's lost half of its health. And this demon has successfully damaged nothing. The worst demon usage ever. I'm surprised. Raider still building demons. He's got 2 Tech 1 air labs and is now building Tech 2 air. The problem is not even... He's... Yeah. Well, somehow Ubivator's managed to hold on. Humongous difference in metal difference between the 2 players here. But somehow, some magical way how Ubivator is somehow holding the line here and has massively gained air superiority in that short time by just pumping out a ridiculous amount of fighters. Now, Flak is attempting to be built, but won't be built in time. And are we really going to see this game lost by Raider just due to not building or not being willing to commit his air force? Because he's just letting himself lose metal extractor after metal extractor from these gunships here. Just because he doesn't want to fight the platies. Pop-up will deal with the platies, so will the demon. And here he goes, in now finally to try and deal with these gunships. Instantly turns around. There's a lot more red arrows in there than there are blue. Radar loses its entire air force now, but that has significantly diminished Ubivator's forces. Mostly with the destruction of the majority of those gunships. Should free up Ubivator here to make a bit of a move. Anti-nuke has been built by Raider, but Ubi still without one. It's just interesting to see. We've got so many sniper bots now, which is, you know, what he needs to deal with this. And Raider is still not building any spam. Instead, pumping everything into fighter production here. Literally, the only thing he is building right now is fighters. No plan to actually fight back. He's just building fighters. And meanwhile, Ubivator is going to be able to res 4 Shivas here. 5, 6 Shivas. You've got 2 at the top. That's currently more than Raider has. Raider only has 4. 2 are about to make their way down. And with no spam, these sniper bots are going to make very, very short work of them. Big mistake. Big mistake by Raider here. EMP bots. Requires a bit more to EMP a demon. Yeah, he definitely needs spam. Raider, please build some spam. Please. That's all you need to build. Just build some spam. You can already see that Ubivator is already doing it here. He's got these pawns on repeat. He could be going ticks, and that would be sufficient, but no. Attempted bombing run here. Gets nowhere at all. But air control kind of switched back over to Raider now, just due to him just only pumping out fighters. But with that time spent doing that, ground control has significantly gone to Raider's favor. Not Raider's favor, sorry, Ubivator's favor. And look, there's a 70% difference in army value right now just due to the fact that he was able to just resurrect so many tech free. He didn't even need to build his own tech free. He just resurrected all of Raiders. And as Raider has no spam here whatsoever, he's hoping that these gunships will be enough. But to be fair, if these snipers just cloak, then doesn't matter. This single Shiva is probably about to get this AGO. Oh, and if it gets the AGO, it's going to then get the AFA stack. Oh, dear. Will he catch it in time? Ooh, just in time. I mean, realistically, this should be a hands down Raiders game. There's no way that Ubivator should be winning this. But somehow he's holding on and has more army, has more damage dealt. He's going to have more damage dealt, though, due to him fighting, you know, higher health units. But still, like... so many EMP bots. That Screamer spent a lot of rockets on that one spy plane. He sees these units, surely. Is he not? He pulls off the demon. You know what Radar could pull out right now? Catapult. Like, if he really just wants to stick with just pumping out a lot of tech free, if he's constantly getting peppered by sniper bots, he could just pull out catapult, and that would kind of solve his problem for him. But still, these demons here are like pretty much dead. Barely any health left on any of them, and as these gunships and fighters are about to come over, they will be destroyed in very quick succession here. Although saying that, we do see Raider moving his air force over with a combination of platties and fighters. There may be enough AA here to deal with that. Looks like he was just planning to go up here, kill the 3 metal extractors, and then get out. Surprising how much Tech 1 and Tech 2 Ubivator has. Now this is a bit of a problem for Raider here. A demon, 2 Shivas, and it's about to be a bunch more Shivas. Even the Tech 2 constructor. Now Ubivator has both factions. These gunships are going to get slaughtered. Yep. Oh, 2 gunships left. It just seems to me that Raider doesn't have a plan to win. He's like whittling him down in places, but he doesn't actually have like an actual plan to win this. Like, he keeps going up against the same kind of thing hitting him. You know, EMP bombers, like sniper bots. But he's not getting any of the like reclaim from it as much. And so he's really struggling to kind of deal with those units coming back at him. Now you would hope 2 demons should be enough to stop this, but with resbots in the background just rezzing everything, he does kind of need to get those resbots as well. Second Shiva in the background. This demon needs to hold the line. Needs to kill those resbots drastically. Ubivator kind of keeping them at bay, keeping them away from the demon. Did focus on it there briefly for a second. Second demon rocking up now. Should be enough to stop that res ball. Is Ubivator going to notice? Not in time. Losing a lot of res bots there. At least able to secure this side of things, at least for now. See any tech free? Finally, tech free planned from Ubivator and underway. This match should have been over 10 minutes ago, in my opinion. If Raider had just built some like spam to go with his tech free, this should have been over. He's currently on his 5th Aphis. He hasn't actually converted all that though. Look, he's only got about 2 Aphis worth of E converted. Yeah, he has no E conversion elsewhere, so kind of needs to build more E converters. He's got an advanced fusion at only 6, well, technically 7, but still. Well, if you know why for some reason he's not building quite as much E conversion as he should be, why don't you let me know in the comments? Impart some of that wisdom onto your fellow bar player. Flak is just going to slowly whittle down the air force of Raider. Raider does have a lot of air now. I don't quite know who has the most. Combined Tech 1, Tech 2. We see 179, 239, or 238. So definitely a superior fighter force for Raider here. But he is fighting over the opponent's platies and such. All this Tech 1 just gets absolutely destroyed by these demons. Going for that advanced fusion. Advanced Geo again. And although Ubivator did extremely well, his sniper bots are not in position right now, nor is his gunships. I don't think he really has enough to stop this, and surprisingly the demons didn't continue that march. Again, they have no scouts to know where the commander is, so that's probably why. I can't believe he just walked all the into these blooming snipers. And they are quicker than the snipers at least, so they do manage to mop up all of the snipers, but that was a bit costly. And now Razorbacks versus Demons. Now, if I remember correctly, Demons win one-on-one versus a Razorback. So, unfortunately, this is probably all he can afford. Yeah, just see how quickly that Demon just got... that Razorback got annihilated. Demon does not continue further. We finally are about to see the end of Ubivator as he desperately tries to hold the line as long as possible, pushing out resbots to try and get something back up alive to hold fire. But no. Unable to produce anything to save the day.
Commander, self-destructed.
GG. So kind of a bit dragged out there. I think he could have won that a lot sooner, but nevertheless, a win is a win. Thank you all for watching. As mentioned at the beginning, don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps out tremendously. And I'll see you all next time.